like to welcome you all very, very much. It's a big pleasure to see so many people turn out for this event, both professionals and alumni and students of Regent's College. So a warm welcome to all of you, and I hope you will really enjoy this evening. The idea is for this to be a forum where we have students, alumni, professionals, people with a variety of backgrounds that can use this as a forum to get together, form the teams they need to make ideas happen, to generate ideas, to be part of something dynamic, growing, which hopefully will become a big thing at the end. Today's panel consists of three very interesting people, as I said. First we have Sarah Oken, who is MBA graduate from EBS. She's the co-founder and operations director of Quad, which is a PR firm operating out of London. Second, we have Andy Holland, who is the co-founder of JA Digital. And last but not least, we have Hardeep Rai, who is the head of business development at Sun Global Investments.
It's been a massive challenge. It's been absolutely manic. Last week I couldn't believe my luck because I had saved all the wages, paid the government 10 grand, and made my most unhappy suppliers happy. Other things that are really important is legal documents. Legal documents like shareholders agreements and contracts. You need to have a really good one. You need to pay a lot of money to have it if you don't know a lawyer. It's the most important thing in the world. You need to know who you're getting in bed with. You need to be able to get out of bed with them like this if you have to. And you have to make sure that they can't just get out of bed with you like this, because then what happens to your shareholding? Right.
It goes back to what you were saying about getting into bed with people that you know and trust. What happened was we were pitching against this other firm and they came to me and they said, we are going to win this, and when we do, we'd like you to come and work for us. And I was like, well, I think whoever I pitch with will win it. And so they offered me a 50-50 split, and they were my backers. But actually I was very naive, and I was a very small pawn in a much bigger game that I didn't understand. And they were after the client, and they wanted various things. And about 18 months into it, it all fell to pieces when we were let down by this client. And when it was like, right, well, we're going to get a cancellation fee, we're 7 days out, it's contracted, they're like, we're not going to back you. And that was brutal. I lost my flat, my fiance left me, it was pretty grim. And I sat on the sofa drinking red wine for a couple of weeks, not very happy. And I went to Thailand, still not very happy. And I came back really, really not very happy. And I started up again. And I took the kick in, and I would never deal with them ever again. And the key lesson, and I think the key lesson you need to learn is don't ever be reliant on one supplier. Don't have one person you're going to buy from. You've got to get out there, you've got to meet everybody, and you've got to have as broad a base as possible.
Thank you, Andy. Okay, so I am the investor today. My plan. You can tell from my pinstripe suit. My plan is to give you an idea of what investors look for when they want to look for ideas to invest in. So now criteria. When I'm listening to ideas, and I've heard ideas from people that want £40 million to people that want £3,000. Okay, but there are some common themes. Now I tried to start this with the letter P just to make it a bit easier, right? So I'd be lying if I said that every time I see an idea I put the 7 Ps. I don't, but it sounds good for this presentation, and they are important points. Okay, so I'm going to define this into two categories: first impressions and then a concept. Okay, first impressions. The person. Okay, the person that's pitching, what are they like? Are they an inventor, or are they someone that's got a commercial sense? Okay. Now, if they're an inventor, the chances are their idea is the best idea in the world, and no one else's idea matters. Okay. They will be absolutely convinced that it's going to work, and they'll be quite blinkered in their vision. Okay. If they're a business person, and that's a good thing as well, and it's not to dismiss an inventor, but I'm always a bit cautious when I hear someone that's a pure inventor. When I hear someone that's business-minded, then that sort of refreshes me a little bit. So it's great to have a combination of the two if you can. The second thing is personality. Okay, when an investor is looking at investing, they're going to look at the personality that you've got. Are you saleable? Do you have charisma? Are you the kind of person they could imagine in 2-3 years' time in front of other companies that might want to invest or buy your product or supply to you? So are you a trustworthy character? So personality. Number 3 is your presentation. Are you wearing a nice sharp suit? Is your hair cut nicely? Are you clean shaven? Do you smell nice? Are your shoes polished? The kind of things that most people don't look at or don't think about, I look at. Okay, it's called attention to detail. So presentation is very important. Number 4, now this is something that's actually very important to me. A partner. Okay, a one-man band to me is quite a dangerous and a high-risk investment, because if you've just got one person and anything happens to them, God forbid, that's it. Right, it's all over. So if you've got a partner, then that first of all tells me that there's another person that's interested in your idea. It tells me that someone's going to be able to balance you. And one day when you're thinking in an extreme, he'll bring you back to reality. And the next day, the reverse is also true. So to have a partner is a good thing, but of course both of you make very valid points, which is you have to have the right partner. And absolutely the shareholder agreement is the most crucial document that you're ever going to have in your life. If you have a partner. So I couldn't agree more. Okay, so those are the things that are important from the first impression standpoint. From the concept standpoint, okay, the proposal. What is the idea? Do I like the idea? Okay, does it make sense to me? Is it something that I've heard of before? Now, who in this room has heard of the phrase USP? Okay, if I can ask an honest question, who has not heard of the phrase USP? Be brave, put your hands up. Thank you very much. Okay, that's great. So, to be an entrepreneur, the USP stands for unique selling points. Okay? It is absolutely crucial that when you're talking to an investor, you have something to say that is supposedly unique. Okay? Now, even if you know that there are 10 sandwich shops next door to each other and you want to open an 11th, if you use brown bread and they use white, that's a unique selling point. Okay? You have to have something that's unique when you're talking to investors. So that's very important. You also need to do analysis on your competition. Also very important. So, idea, USP, competition. Know your market, know what you're getting into. Because an investor, the first thing they're going to probably say is, I've heard of that idea, so-and-so is doing it. What makes your idea different? Okay, and you need to have an answer to that, otherwise you will lose credibility very, very quickly. So know your competition. My favourite, as you probably guessed, is passion. Okay, passion to be an entrepreneur is absolutely crucial. Again, like Andy said, you have to feel it, yeah? It's very nice to have a 5-bedroom detached house in the suburbs and have a porch. And guess what? It's actually not that hard to get that, okay? But if you want your helicopter pad, and you want a yacht, and you want a little bit more, then the idea is to start thinking about business, okay? Because how you will make your money from business is when you exit, right? So the idea is, ultimately, is you build up companies like both of you are doing, and in 3 or 4 years' time, I'm sure both